it's me, the Jolly. I'm here in my Sweet Crush. I really like her, and the video I'm doing today, I need to be able to see. And she has amazing vision. Like, the only thing I can't see is like right here. But if I kind of like move her to the side, I do just fine. But anyways, let's get to the topic of today's video. Scamming, AI, bots. They are rife in the furry fandom. Like, I think I interact with at least one every day. The worst being on Facebook for me. I don't get them a whole lot on Instagram. I don't generally get them a lot on other platforms, really. TikTok had a big influx there for a second, and then boom, they were kind of just not there. But Facebook, anytime I make a post looking for art or looking for fursuit makers, I run into one. So, I wanted to go over some things that might help you right there, help you spot them. So, I kind of did some compiling and things like that. So with art, a big one is reverse image searching. Plug that baby in and see if it pops up anywhere else. If it doesn't, you can kind of move on. After that, go through and just kind of ask for more like examples or examples of them drawing it. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to pause this because I need my fan. Okay, I'm back. I couldn't breathe. Anyways, if you hear me deep breathing, just pretend you do not hear because, Lord, I am heavy breathing in here. Anyways, let's get back to the video. So, one thing is you can ask for the time-lapse video, which sadly can now be done in AI. But the more that you ask questions and the more that you go through and ask for examples and proof, the better it's going to be in the end. So, make sure that you're like zooming in and you look at the eyes. Because a lot of time, AI has a hard time with hands. I'm not going to show you my feet. And eyes. A lot of times they kind of be a little skewed and look a little funny. And another thing, just looking for imperfections that just don't seem very human-like. Let's see. See if they have recommendations that come into the comments. A big one, when I see an artist post, especially on Facebook, and I see that they're selling something, I'll be like, boop, 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 boop. Highly recommend. Because that kind of helps boost them. And in this community, we should work hand in hand. Okay? Hand in hand. So doing that shows that other people, hey, this artist is legitimate. You can commission them and not have to worry. So, another big one outside of AI is suits. People are now using AI images of suits to sell them, which is crazy. It's crazy for me anyways. And a lot of times what you really need to do is also reverse image search those. Look, like I said, zoom right into it and see if you see anything that just looks really weird. Like, I get it, fursuit making isn't perfected, but there are definitely things you can kind of look at and go, this doesn't look right. This just don't look good to me. Also, if you don't know, hell, screenshot that, post it on Facebook and be like, does this look weird? Also, ignore this. This is con stuff. I have been so rife after con that I'm not cleaning it up right now. I'll do it later. But you can get help from the community. I don't mind ever helping anyone figure out if they're being scammed. Because, a lot of us are struggling and losing large amounts of money ain't fun. I personally had issues with someone pretty much almost scamming me. And now here's my breathing break. I'm going to take a breather. One of these days, I'm going to forget that I not to pause it. I'm just going to be sitting here like... Anyways, breathing in more short snout suits. Ugh. It's kind of a killer sometimes. But anyways. My own experience. I commissioned Navy Workshop, and it was coming up on my 2-year mark. Still didn't have a suit. Come to find out, there's like over 100 of us. And I'm pretty sure Chaos was the last suit to ever come out from her workshop. People, if you make suits and you make art, do not take more than what you can handle. I try to only do 3 to 5 at a time, depending on what it is, because I get very overwhelmed very easily, and I don't like making people wait. It makes me feel bad. So if you kind of have a problem with, keeping up with something like that, be truthful. Just be like, hey, I be slow. That's fine. Just give people accurate representations of your timelines for turning things out. Unfortunately, Navy Workshop liked having the money, but not having the responsibilities. And unfortunately, that ended tons of customers not getting their suits. But outside of that, check to see if they have pages. Check to see if they have, tell them, like, put the fursuit head on a bed, put a fork and a knife next to it, and put both of your hands in the picture. If they will not do that for you, then it's most likely one of those things like, well, I wouldn't go with it. Make the request kind of out there, because the crazier it is, the harder for AI is able to recreate that type of image, in my opinion anyways. Another thing, bots and scammers, especially in Facebook, like my biggest ones will be from Facebook, because they all kind of have like a script that they go off of. The biggest one is they won't generally post anything in the comments, like, of their work. And if they do, they know that people use reverse image search. So make sure that you're asking for more examples of that specific piece. Most legitimate lip makers are going to have like very large examples of like all of their work. I went to scratch my nose here. My nose is inside. Sorry. I am so unserious. I'm so sorry. But anyways, they're going to have more examples. They're going to be like, oh, hey, here's this. Even beginning makers tend to take more pictures of their whips or works in progress than most people. I personally take tons. Because I'm like, hey, here's a whip. Hey, here's a whip. Here. Because I know, as a consumer, I love getting those. Like, it's so nice. But let's move on. Another one. Stop sending money on Cash App. Stop it. No. Even people you know. Pay through a service that is going to provide protection to you if it goes awry. Cash App, don't be doing that. Cash App is like, as soon as someone's like, oh, they haven't got back to me, I paid them on Cash App, I'm like, sorry, soldier, your money's gone. But, we all make mistakes. I've done it. I think I know quite a few people that have sent stuff on Cash App. But it's not a good payment option for things like, especially physical products, like suits, props, things like that. Don't send them on the Cash Apps, okay? Mama's gonna tell you that's not gonna work. But the biggest one is videos. Videos are absolutely some of the hardest to fake or have AI, make a rendition of. Because, easily, Easily. Because someone wanted to commission me, and for some reason, they thought I was a bot for some reason. I'm like, what? Granted, this was when my account was newer because I had like a family account and then my furry account. And then I was like, well, I want to get rid of the family one and use the furry one. Well, there wasn't much on there because like I hadn't quite dove into it just yet. So let me show you something that, can easily be done. Like, take your camera, like, here's the recent animation I worked on, and just have them like, look, it's right here. I have it in my possession. I drew this. Especially like animations, they can literally like show you it on their stuff. But all in all, if something seems off, just don't do it. It'll be okay. I would rather keep my money than to lose it, I guess, type of thing. And also, don't jump on it. If it seems way too good to be true, it probably is way too good to be true. I used to be one of those people. I saw it and I was like, I want that. That's mine. I'm getting that thing right there. And then I would just send the money. And I was so forgetful at the time, I would just forget it existed. And boom. And also, don't be afraid to, like, I don't want to seem like I'm going on like a what is that called? Like a rant. As an artist who has things come up and who has health issues and has a family, I have kids, I have a house, I have dogs, I have animals. It's okay to say, hey, I can't do that right now. And, refund people if it becomes too long of a wait. I try really hard for people who pay up front to not wait more than a month. If they're willing to pay when I'm done, then, you're kind of at the lull of it could be up to 3 months. It just really depends. But I'm also a cheaper artist. So for something like that, I tend to be like, hey, it may take me a little bit. I hate to say that you're paying for it being cheaper by, having to wait. But generally, if I take someone's money, I try not to wait more than a month. Outside of that, though, trades, I kind of tell people I work on them in my free time. But outside of that, just try not to get scammed out there. I know it's hard. Trust me. It's so hard. I've been scammed. I think almost every furry I know has been scammed at some point. And I've had, a decent chunk of money taken from them. And there's been times where people have, like, one of the best experiences I ever had. And I plan to commission them again. I ordered something from someone. And, I think a month went by. And I finally was like, hey, why? And they were like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I just have a lot going on. I'm going to refund you. And then later on down the road, they were like, I feel so bad. I'm going to do the piece anyways. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. Because I was so excited. Their artwork was gorgeous. But I did send them some money afterwards. It wasn't the full price because it wasn't it wasn't exactly what I was wanting, because they kind of just did it as a gift afterwards. So I was like, oh yeah, I don't mind sending you most of the money back. Like, you still made the art. I appreciate it. I wanted it. I was willing to wait. Oh my God, I'm about to have to take another breather break because I'm fucking dying. The mouth on this is like, there's nothing hardly here. I plan to install a fan in her, but anyways, that takes effort, and I'm tired. But anyways, this was a little, whatever this is. Anyways, bye.